Okay, g'day again everyone. Alright, I've just begun making a trailer. I haven't a trailer that I built before, but actually I'll show it to you. This already had a frame, but it was only single axle, and it didn't even have any springs. It was just attached straight to the frame, and so I put the double axles on it, which I borrowed from the Sun's Caravan, and so that's not going anywhere. So it's just sitting there. Also borrowed the toe coupling, and I got registered just as a frame. It had a compliance plate on it, but the numbers were unreadable, so we had to get that re-stamped, and because I had to write a statutory declaration to say that I put the double axles on it and all that sort of stuff. And, but the issue I've got is one, and I checked with the local quarry people, and they said, oh yeah, we can get the bucket in the back, no problem, you can get dirt in there. And then when I go back up, there's a new driver doing the load, and oh no, we can't, no, the bucket won't fit in there, you won't be able to empty it, and they weren't even going to try. So basically now I need another trailer, another box trailer, just to carry gravel and stuff like that in. And I'm also going to make I'm going to make various tops. I'm just going to make a frame. I'm going to get registered as a frame, and I'm going to have a tray that I can bolt on and take off. And I'm also going to get the front and rear end off another Volkswagen. I'm going to make a trail that I can tow behind the Volkswagen, just to put our camping gear and stuff in when we go camping. And also being made out of the front and rear of a Volkswagen. It'll look Volkswagen. It'll be a novelty. So but also the other thing is if I make everything bolt on, then I can just get some seed channel and make it into a bike trailer, just bolt them on. Or I can get boat rollers, make it into a boat trailer if I ever come across a boat, which may well happen. I've actually had two and sold both of them, but should have kept them. But anyway, what I've worked on is what I looked up for the other trailer before I attached the axles to it, was the positioning of the axle. And the recommendation was that the centre of the axles be at 2/3 of the workload, 2/3 back from the front of where your workload is. So that's not including the the toe frame, but just your load area. So, and I went with that, and it's worked. That trailer out there steers really good. Tow's really good. It's never even hinted at having a wobble or anything like that. Because I laid that trailer about 3/4 full of firewood, so there's probably could be anything up to 3 tonne, which is sort of overloaded. It's only rated for 2, but anyway, you get that. It's got brakes, it works. I mean, I was putting that much in a box trailer before then anyway, with no brakes, so but anyway, so I've gone with the same principle here, and there'll be roughly, see, I know it's 1200 roughly from the front. The front part of the Volkswagen shell that I'll be using is 1200, and there's 600 to 800 of the back. So I've worked on 12 and 8, 12 at the front, and 12 and 6, I mean, to the back, and 12 and 8. No, sorry, 12 and 8 is what I've worked on for the axle position, the center. So that's the axle just here, where this line is, that's where the axle will be running. Yeah, main thing here is I wanted to build something strong enough to carry a half metre of gravel, blue metal, but light enough to tow behind the bug when I get this shell on it. And I think I've achieved that. I was going to go with 2x2s, which may not have actually been strong enough on the drawbar to carry a load of blue metal. But yeah, anyway, I got this and a whole lot of other stuff for a carton of beer, which reminds me I haven't actually bought him the carton of beer yet, so I better get on with that. Yeah, and so this is 65 by 65 mil. And yeah, I've had a couple of issues already. I made a mistake, which is not a big issue. I measured these up and then I cut these at the measurement, which was like half, but instead of taking off like half of it, the measurement comes from the centre, whereas I've added these on from here, so they're going to be about 30 something mil too long, so I'm going to have to cut each one of them off now. But yeah, it's no big issue. Better it being too long than too short. And see how there's an X on this one. Right, so I measured squared and cut this one, and then I measured the others from this one. I just set it on top, flush the end, marked it. And the reason I put an X on it is because in the past, when I've done things like that, if you measure the first one from this and then measure the second one off this, if there's a mil difference, well, then the next one's going to be wrong, and so on. If you could end up, if you use the new one each time to measure, and you could end up with like a 3 mil difference. So you always use, if you're going to mark from one, use the same one for all of them. The other thing, and what I'm actually doing here, is I joined the bars were only 1700 long, so they weren't long enough to run right through. And what I did was I clamped one of these bars on the side, on the top, and one on the side, or one underneath and one on the side. Thought I had it pretty secure, and then I got stuck into it and just welded it all together, and it moved. So, and it wasn't straight, and I didn't even notice it actually until after I'd welded these on, and sitting back over there on my chair having a smoke, and I could see that it was crooked. So, and that's pretty vital too. It's pretty vital that your drawbar is straight, with your wheels. So I've had to cut it off and re-welded it, and sort of clamped it to the top bar to sort of keep it straight. And I tacked the 4 corners, and then did a centimetre on each side, and let it cool a bit, and then another centimetre each side, and let it cool, and so on, and kept checking it with the square. I've got a big square just here. I had to cut the corner off to get past this weld here, but kept checking it, and it's managed to remain straight. So if it does happen to alter a little bit up and down, it's not that vital. I mean, obviously you like to keep it straight, but it's not that vital. But I'll be trying to keep it straight anyway. So what I'll be doing now, so I'll be moving this piece out, put that on the underside, and I'll have to actually turn it over. One side of these top welds, where I welded these on, I'll ground flush, which is the top side. Of course, I'll be sitting things on it. I'm not going to grind the weld off the underside. And I'll just show you something. I'll grab a bit of scrub. I just want to show you something. And when you weld these on, because they got nice rounded corners, that leaves plenty of room for a fill-in weld. So that, that has allowed me to grind that flush and know that, there's plenty of metal in there holding it. So, and on the sides, I'll show you here, done a vertical up. It's probably not the best one to show you, but it's what. And vertical ups being the strongest. And what I do with vertical ups is I sort of start in there, come out a bit. That's not a real good example actually. I might even go over that. Here's a better one. But yeah, start in the middle and then you flick out to either side and you come up, start in the middle, flick out. And you sort of start a little bit. Let the heat come off a bit. Like go from white hot to red hot, and then go again. Don't let it cool completely, but and that sort of stops a whole lot of excess metal pouring right out. If you just keep doing continuous weld, it just tends to build up and run back out. But anyway, if you want video and vertical up welding, there's plenty of professional welders who can demonstrate and do a much better weld than I've done there anyway. But that's point I'm making is that's plenty strong enough, that's never going to break. So and when I welded these too, I did the same method around the kept checking it with the square, and I had it clamped down on this back one. Had it sort of a couple of inches from each end, obviously straight with it, and clamped it down to stop it moving. And once again I put 4 tacks and then filled it in a little bit, a bit at a time, and it's fairly vital to get those straight, just for appearance to start with, but it's not that critical. I mean, if these are out by a mil or two, it's still not going to matter, because what is going to matter is when you weld your mounts, your spring mounts. So if this is out by a mil or so, the spring mounts, you can alter it, you can correct it with the spring mounts. But when I do the spring mounts, I'll start with these 2 front ones, and I'll be measuring from here up to the front where the toe coupling fits on. And I'll mark it in the centre, exactly centre, and then I'll measure from there each side and get that exact. And that way that's your critical point. Your front spring mounts have to be dead straight with your toe point. So you have to have that perfect triangle. So as I said, it's nice to get this as close as you can, but that's not critical at this point. The critical point is when you start putting your spring mounts on. And okay, well, that's probably about all I can show you for now. What I'm now going to do is I'll unclamp that bar and flip it over upside down, and I'll clamp it on this long one. And yeah, jeez, see how that's. Well, that one's not too bad, but yeah. Floor's not level. Most concrete slabs aren't. Not perfectly, not perfectly enough to build something on. So yeah, that's why I've got them sitting on that. So I know that these are straight. Anyway, so I'll get on with it, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and hit the like, please.